Hello and welcome to the presentation of Time and Expense plugin for Redmine. We represent the company Adi Software Private Limited from Chennai, India. We are the owners of this plugin, Time and Expense for Redmine. The latest version of the plugin is version 1.5, and let's just jump right into the presentation. So this is going to be the content of the presentation. So we will be talking about timesheets, and then about expense sheets, and then how we can define custom fields for timesheets. Redmine already supports custom fields for spend time or time entry entities, which we are using them. Then we've also defined custom fields for timesheets as well. And then we'll talk about the Redmine settings and how they impact this plugin, Time and Expense plugin. And there are also plenty of plugin settings for this Time and Expense plugin. Then finally we'll show you how some of the exports can be done in CSV and PDF format. So this plugin actually provides a way to submit time and expense in a weekly fashion within Redmine. Redmine already provides capability or functionality to submit time, and they do have this log time feature where you can enter time for a particular project and issue and for a particular date. So it's pretty much for a particular date, and you can enter any number of times. So if you're looking at a weekly view, it is not possible with the core Redmine. So you will have to submit time for each and every issue separately. So that's where this plugin comes in handy. So it provides a good a weekly view where you can enter time for the whole week. And some of the permissions you need to enter time. So there's a log time permission you need for entering time. There's also edit own time permission. You need to edit your time submissions. And managers who generally will have edit log time permission, they can actually submit or manage team members' time and expense sheets. We've also built in an approval system in place, so where you can submit timesheets, approve, reject. It has its own workflow, which we will discuss in detail. The whole timesheet or expense sheet can be exported to PDF or CSV format. Okay, there we go. So first we're going to be starting off with the list page. So I will also show you the demo from our test systems, so it will be easier to follow. So this is the our Redmine instance. So as soon as you log in, if you see this time and expense menu item at the top, that means the time and expense plugin has been installed and configured properly. If you don't see it there, that means it's not installed or it's not configured or something's wrong with the plugin. So if you don't see it, just I think you need to work with your administrator to resolve that. So if you click on that time and expense link at the top, it will actually take you to the list page. So right here you will see two tabs, time and expense. So time will list all the time sheets here, and the expense tab will list all your expense sheets. So let's just go to the time sheet. And so these are my previous week's time sheet. So and here it also gives you the status here, so you can edit. So if you edit one of the previous time sheets, so it will take you to this timesheet page where you will see this weekly view of time. And so you will have rows of time entries and columns of days. So you can enter the whole week's time in one page. So each row is a unique combination of a project and its issues and activity. So it's a combination of project, issue and activity, and then you can enter time. So let me go back and show you how to enter a new timesheet. So from the so there is a link here which says new timesheet. If you click that, it'll ask you, I'll show you how to create a new timesheet. So I'm going to create a timesheet for the week of 17, and there is also a feature where you can use the previous week's timesheet as your template. If you click this check this checkbox, so when you click continue, it will take you to the weekly view where this is a brand new timesheet. It has used the previous week's templates, that's why you see 3 rows. If you don't use previous week's template, you will see only 1 row, and whatever projects, issues and activities you had logged time to in the previous weeks will automatically be populated here, so you don't have to choose them again. All you have to do is just enter time here, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and enter time. 5 So you notice as you enter your hours, it will actually show you the total at the bottom. So you have pretty much got 8 hours per day, and the grand total is 40 hours here. So if you have entered something wrong or you want to delete a row, you can just click this delete button here to delete the whole row. And there are 2 buttons here, save and submit. So you can save any number of the timesheet. Once you save it, will take you back to the list page. So the week of 17th is what we entered now, or week of 17th, but 16th is a Saturday. So you can edit, you can save any number of times. So let's say you want to edit that timesheet 6. Looks like you have some max hours enabled, that's why it's not letting you enter beyond 8 hours. So let me just change it to 4. So now it's back to 39 hours. So I made a change here, and you can save that change. So like this, you can change or save any number of time, but once it's submitted, you cannot edit that. So you will notice when a new timesheet is submitted, it gets to the new state here. So that is pretty much it. So I'll show you how this will look like from a manager's point of view. So the manager's point of view, I've got another window in Chrome where manager is logged in. So for the manager, the same screen will have additional filters, things like what projects are you managing and what members are you trying to look for their timesheet and all that. So we'll choose this project. So Chandra is the other person who actually logged in and is saving time there. So you can select her. So this 39 hours is what that person has saved, but he hasn't submitted yet, or she hasn't submitted yet. So the manager will get additional filters here. So manager actually can look or view or edit his team members' timesheets. So that's why you need these additional filters for managers. Okay, so let me just quickly show. Okay, let's just jump back to the presentation. Timesheet list. We talked about this. So okay, let's talk about the expense sheet. So expense sheet. So expense again, I think the only difference between the timesheet and the expense sheet is that on timesheet you log hours, in expense sheet you log dollars, and you also have currency in the expense sheet. So this is one of the previous week's expense sheet I'm trying to edit. So you will see the difference between the timesheet and the expense sheet is this currency column. Otherwise it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so let me, one other thing, this thing actually came about in the recent weeks or the recent releases. Maybe I can probably demonstrate this better from the timesheet. So if you notice here, it is 16, 9 and 2, so 9, okay, so 3 consecutive weeks is what you have here. So go to the first week, which is June 2nd. Then you have this navigation here, previous and next. So if you do the next, it will actually take you to the next week's timesheet. Then to the next again, it will take you to the following week again. So likewise, you can actually traverse to your previous and next week timesheets right here. This actually came from one of the contributors in the Redmine group. Okay, let me go ahead and enter a new expense sheet. So there's a link called new expense sheet, and then I'm going to enter the week of 10th and then use the previous week. Continue. Since I've used the previous weeks, I've already gotten all my project and this thing set up properly. So I've set this expense project configured the expense a little slightly different. I'll show you in a minute. So I've configured expense entry to only one project. So I've created a separate project called expense project, so everybody can submit expense to only that project. And then I've defined all my items or issues within that expense project as like these: breakfast, taxi, air, lunch, hotel, dinner, telephone, all that. And then I have separate activities called out of pocket and included just for this project alone. And then I've also I've already entered comment from the previous week. Okay, so chosen the dollar as the currency, and then you start entering dollar amount. So if you spend $5 per day on breakfast, and if your air ticket was $250, and then if your hotel you're staying at $100 a night, and then if your dinner was like $30 a night, and then if your car rental was like another $250 for the week. So it actually gives you the total of $1,075 is what you spent that week. You can save that. And now you see for the week of 9th also I've entered 1075. So as soon as you save it, it becomes new. Like I said, you can save any number of times, but you can only once you submit it, you cannot save them or you cannot make any changes to it. So that is there. So let me go back to the time again and show you some configurations which will help this page. There are a couple things you can do. One is the start of the week is actually configured as Sunday here. Or if you want the start of the week to be Monday, you can change all that. So I have a separate login for admin here. So if you go to administration, and plugins, and then the plugin here. Actually, you know what? That's not how we do it. So I think the week start actually happens somewhere else. So administrations, settings, then go to display. Right here it says start calendar as. So you can pick what you want. If you pick Monday here, then Monday will be your start of the week. Likewise Saturday, Sunday. And then you can also say based on user language. So whatever language or locale you have, the week start will be picked from the language file. So this is how you change the start of the week here. Okay, all right. So we saw expense sheet. So one other thing I want to show here is all right. So like I said, the time itself, time entry or time logging time already is available within core Redmine. You can pick a project. And then go to a particular issue. And then say log time. If you do a log time, you can actually log time, but this needs to be done one by one. Unlike our plugin where you can do the logging for the whole week. So that's the major difference. So you can actually log time one by one through Redmine log time screen. And once you have logged time, either using the Redmine's log time screen or through time and expense plugin, all hours pretty much go into the database, and then you can actually report them or see the details. The way you see the details is go to the project, and you can pick that project, and then right out here you will see log time. This will so details. If you click details, it'll give you all the hours recorded for that project. So this is already available within Redmine. So core Redmine. So time entry, time details, and you can also report do a summary report on the hours entered. So if you say report by week, and then you say give me summary by issue, then it's going to give you list all the issues, and it's going to sum all the hours per week. So this is a good summary a report capability which Redmine already has. So this is already available within Redmine for time, but expense itself is a new thing which the plugin introduced. So we had to build this the same capability for expense also. And the way you do that is, again, go to the project. Like I said, I've restricted expense entry only to this expense project, so you will be able to see the details only here. So you will see this expense report as an additional link. So when you click on that, you will see all the expense entries made for that project. And like the summary report in time, you can also run summary report for expense also by week, and summarization I want by issue. If you do that, so it'll list you all the issues, and it'll give you the hours, or not hours, the dollar amount spent per week on that particular. So for breakfast alone, somebody has spent 25, or no, not somebody, for that week of 23rd or week 23rd was $27 and 24th is $25. So you can do all the details and the summary report for expense also from the project page. Okay. Alright, now we're going to jump into custom fields. Okay, custom fields. Okay, there are two types of custom fields we support. Go back to time and expense. So these are individual entries, our entries. So for each of these entry, you can have custom fields, and those custom fields are entered through a pop-up or from the row. So there are configuration for that, which we will talk about later. And so there are custom fields for these hour entry or expense entry. No, let me take that back. Only for hour entry, for each of the hour entry, you can have custom fields. Likewise, you can also have custom field for the whole timesheet. Out here, the purchase order is actually a custom field we have defined for the whole timesheet. So let me do some configuration changes here. Or first of all, I'll show you where those custom fields are. Go to administration, then go to custom fields. So we support spend time custom field. So we have defined 3 custom field for the spend time. This is what you can enter values for from the timesheet, and likewise you will see a new tab called weekly time, and this is the tab which will come with the plugin, and we have defined and this is for the timesheet, and we have defined custom field called purchase order, and that's what will be used for the whole timesheet. So now we can kind of relate here. So for this timesheet, you see purchase order as a custom field where you can enter value, and then right now you don't have a way to enter custom fields for the time entries here. For that I need to make a configuration change. Go to administration, plugins, and configure on the plugin. Out here there are some, so there is a use detail time entry pop-up. So you have to have this checked to actually enter custom values through pop-up. So once you do that, come back. So 60 edit. So I've enabled the pop-ups, the detail time entry pop-ups for each of the time entries. Now you'll see an icon next to each of the entries for entering additional custom values. So when you click on a icon, you will see a pop-up where you can enter values for the custom fields. So these are the custom fields I have anyways. Billable, what level is this, and then what is the end date, and then click OK. If you save this, those custom values would have been saved, and let me also enter a value for purchase order. So this is the purchase order number, and I want to save this. So you will see the purchase order number is saved into the database, and you can also see the custom values we entered here also got into the database. So these are the 2 types of custom fields. One for the individual entries, you can have custom fields, and for the whole timesheet also you can have custom fields. And that's custom fields.